We are here at ComplexCon to learn from creatives, artists, and culture leaders about why they do what they do and what they think of God, religion, and the church. All right, guys, we're with our friends. Okay, give me Nolo.
No.
Give me
Sean.
And give me Juice. Okay, man, we're excited to be with you guys. Hey, whoever wants to take a shot at it, tell us about your brand. Tell us the vision. What was the point? Like, why'd you guys start it?
Yeah.
All of it. What do we got?
Our brand's called HELLSTAR.
Yeah.
The name's kind of like a shock value a little bit, you know?
Yeah, sure.
But I guess the message behind it is like a lot of times Earth can feel like hell, you know? We live in like a hell on Earth, and I know God always talked about how like Earth was for Satan to rule over and all of that. So that's kind of how I see it. And so when I was, growing up, there was that song in church, like, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Sure.
And so it's just, you talk about shining, and through all the bad, through all the, all the dark times, just keep shining, and like Jesus is a great example of that. So that's like a big inspiration for me, because I grew up, in the church, and my parents was pastors, and so there's a lot of spirituality in the brand.
Yeah.
So I don't like telling too much, because I want people to kind of, explore
Discover,
it.
yeah,
Because some people will look at it and then be like, oh hell, like, it's satanic. But I feel like we gotta take that like stigma away from it. Like, it's just as real as heaven,
We gotta lead to. We love God. We love God.
Just as real, bro. Like, we can't be scared of that, bro. Like, we gonna still shine. We some hell stars. Like, we gonna shine throughout all the darkness. So that's really what it is.
Right.
It's only it's a family, bro. So that's really what it is.
We love it.
Yeah.
So what are you guys' like, even with that background, like what was the idea like behind starting the brand? Like where was your head at?
It was during COVID, bro.
First week of COVID, got a little extra money in, and then he always did graphics. We all went to high school together, so.
Oh, you guys went to high school?
Yeah. We all played football together,
that's
type
dope.
shit. Yeah. Long time, bro. So
That's dope.
that shit happened, bro. COVID happened, and then all the stars aligned. Really, we didn't start with a lot of money, like $2,500, literally, and. It's got where it's got today, and we make sure we use all of our friends and homies, whoever sings or whatever they do. We try to put it in the brand and, put the homies on and do what we can, because, 2 years ago we were not here, so
Bro, it's dope.
it's a big deal, It's a blessing, bro.
And Juice and Sean, right? I feel like there's a more in-depth story. Like, I feel like this was engraved in you, bro. Like, I feel like this was your legacy, even as a pastor kid. So, what is I would say, what is what drove you to be in this action right here?
I didn't choose it, bro. Like, I didn't choose this. Like, I feel like none of us chose this, bro. Like, something we always say is like,
we tried it like at least 2-3 brands before that. Don't just think it's just like, we tried one brand and it went up.
Yeah.
We tried before that with one, and it was
that's what
And
that's what I'm saying. Like, something we say a lot on our clothes is called like the path to paradise. I feel like we all got our own paths, and I met him in high school. Like, my aunt, she helps us out with like all the production. Like, I just was born in I can't really explain how or why it happened, but I just know we gotta just. It was destiny. We supposed to walk our path, bro. Like, and that's it. So that's what we just trying to do. Just keep walking our path.
So like Jose and I was saying, we both work for a church, right? Like, and we've had some pretty positive experiences in church, but like we've had some negative ones too. Some real negative ones. So
bro, I learned at a young age, bro. You can't relate people to God, bro. You can have your own relationship with God, no matter what church, no matter who will tell you something. They may be wrong, bro. Like, they're not God. Like, you gotta have your own connection beyond the church. Like, the church and everything is great too. Like, you can get a community, a family, but like beyond that, you gotta have your own relationship with God. Like, beyond that, beyond anybody, you can't let nobody tell you how to do it or what. Like, you gotta just pray and make that connection for yourself. You feel me? Like,
Any other thoughts on church?
When you hear HELLSTAR, don't think it's dark. I just don't want people to think.
Everyone think, but it's cool though, bro. It's like, I want people to kind of discover it on their own, Like,
sure.
So
that's the thing too. Is part of why we're here is we're trying to. Well, number one, we're trying to learn from creative people, and I feel like, at least in our experience, that the church hasn't done that super well. And
that's how I feel like,
culture,
bro. I feel like a lot of like Christian-based stuff kind of gets looked at as goofy or funny, and I feel like it's because you don't need to I just feel like you can tell your story without having to force it on people, And so I just try to let the art speak for itself. And I've had people DM me like, bro, I connect with you, like, you know, and they see it and they connect with it, and you don't gotta say nothing. So that's the goal. It's just like,
artist speak for itself.
let it speak for itself. Facts, bro.
And can I tell you, like, I experienced the hell portion. My mom a dope head, my pops was banging.
Right, you know.
Right? Died at a young age.
You know.
Homeless with my pops. Man, could you like kind of give me a story of when did you really experience that hell portion that kind of branded in? What's some trials that you've been through?
Man, we all been through stuff, man. All through, man.
A lot of personal shit.
A lot of
shit
personal
with the business too. Like shit was not always
Losing a lot of people, everything.
Losing people, yeah.
Money don't come with just happiness. You want to have the money, but once you get the money, what you do after that, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything, bro. Everything is everything, man. It's just
Yeah.
nothing is random, bro. That's how I look at it.
Biggest goal, bro, is to just put everybody's family on and make sure all the homies have jobs, and you know that's the biggest thing, bro. As long as all the families are good, all the friends got good jobs, you know, like that's what the brand is. The bigger we can get, the more we can hire our homies and do all that stuff. But
And let me probably ask this last question, man. Our vision is being real with ourselves, God, and others. Like,
the vision of
and we
our
want to
church.
be real.
Authenticity.
We want to talk about sin, pornography, my own struggles. Man, how has your that authenticity really drive you into being where you're at right now? Because I'm sure y'all had arguments, y'all had real conversations. Like, how has maybe that vision of authenticity really put you where you're at right now?
I think we gotta just you gotta be authentic with yourself first. You know, look in the mirror and really know who you are first, and look at yourself and know what.
You gotta go through a struggle too. He went through a lot of struggles to get to where he at now, though.
Yeah.
It's struggles. Without a struggle, you might not. I don't know. You gotta have that drive.
Yeah.
Hungry. Just be hungry for real.
Just be real, yeah, bro. Just be real with yourself, cause you only playing yourself if you lying to yourself. So you gotta really just be real with yourself and look at your circumstances and I just think never give up, bro. Just never give up. No matter how dark it looks, bro, you can't give up, bro.
there was definitely months where this stuff could have stopped, and look where we are now. You know, just from not stopping, literally. And I tell people, bro, it's not the dollar amount. It's not you can start with one T-shirt. It's just you gotta be authentic and really own it and know what you want and be sold on it, and then it's gonna work, bro. I always say, bro, consistency can be the most basic brand, most basic whatever. As long as you can just keep coming with shit, bro, it'll catch up to itself.
Shout out Sack FTP. He's the one that told me consistency is the key, and he had a brand for 10 years.
Shout out everybody, bro. Shout out all the big homies that help us, man. Shout out everybody, free time, man, for everybody, bro.
Last question for real, okay? If you had one message or one thing you would love to encourage the church with, because again, right, both in the good and sometimes the bad, right? Followers of Jesus, man, we gotta learn, and that's what we're here to do. What is one thing you feel like the church right now, in our day and age, in our culture,
I got it.
needs to learn?
I got it.
Yeah. All right.
Something I learned, bro. My pops always told me there's a difference between judgment and discernment, and our job is not to judge. That's it's for example, there's a difference between apples and oranges. There's different, but you can't tell me an apple is better than an orange. You just know that they're different. God is the judge. We can just have discernment, and we can't abuse that discernment. So I just want people to, keep that in mind. Sometimes the kids you talking to, and you talking down to them, and you feeling like they not living up to their expectations, man. Jesus went to hell, bro. Jesus went to hell, and Jesus came back, So don't ever feel like you down. Don't ever feel like you out, man. It's just, there's a difference between judgment and discernment. So just please don't judge your kids, man. For real. That's all I would say, yeah.
Well, thanks so much for the interview, guys. Before we go, can you just say your name again for the brand, and then let us know where we can find you.
Instagram, you can find us on Instagram at HELLSTAR. I'm HELLSTAR Shawnee. Our brand is just at HELLSTAR. This Nolo.
I'm Jorky P on Instagram, JORKYP.
And then HELLSTAR Juice on Instagram.
It's dope, man. Thank you so much, man. Good convo.
Thanks for tapping in.